Good morning, students. Today I will be taking the topic of do-while loops. So let's see the syntax of the do-while loops first. As you can see the syntax here, do-while loop. So it will start with do and it will be ending with while. So the condition in the do-while loop is given at the end. You can see while choice equal to while. So condition is given at the end and do. So you write the statements first and then it will check the condition. So in a while loop, you are checking the condition in the beginning of the loop. But in a do-while loop, you are checking the condition at the end of the loop. So this is this program where you have to display the values of natural numbers you want to display till the user desires. Means user will keep on saying yeah, why. So that means it will continue to display the numbers, and when he says n, it will stop. So if the user after 10 he says n, it will stop there. So now let us take that here integer I is equal to 1. Now mind you, here this choice variable is not initialized, it is just declared. So it exists in the memory but it is not initialized. So integer I is equal to 1, and then when we start the loop, so you are specifying, of course you know this is the short form I am always using, system.out.println I. So first time it will display I and then I will be incremented. Now it is asking the user, do you want to continue? If he says y, this is accepting a character. So when the user says y, so is choice equal to y? Yes. So now again it goes to the beginning and now I has become 2. So 2 will be displayed, then I plus plus. So in this case, now I has become 3. He asks him to continue. If he says again y, then again choice is equal to y. So it again goes to the beginning of the loop and then it will display 3 now. Okay, now here it will become 4, and when now the user asks for his choice, and if the user says n, so now it comes out and checks it here, is choice equal to y? No. So it will come out of the loop. It will now come out of the loop. Correct? So what is happening the first time? Did he know? The compiler did not know what is the value of choice. Right? The compiler was not aware what is the value of choice, character choice only we have given, and here what is the value accepted, according to that it will keep on continuing. So the first time you need not initialize the variable, and thereafter according to the value of that variable it can proceed further. Right? So this is so, but if this was a while loop, then you would have had to initialize choice with some value. You would have initialized choice with y. You would have done that, and then it would have continued. Yes. So let me show you the while loop if it would have been made for the same purpose. Let me show you the while loop now. Now the same program I am using the while loop, right, for it. Now here if I say character choice and I do not initialize, purposely I have not initialized, so when you come here while choice equal to y, it will give you a compilation error. Why will it give you a compilation error? Because the choice variable has been already not initialized, and here this will say uninitialized variable. So what you have to do, you have to initialize with the value y first, and then only it will go on. So in a while loop we have to first initialize the loop counter variable. You have to initialize that variable and only then it can continue. But when it is a do while loop, you don't have to bother about that. You don't have to bother about initializing it. It will continue because in the beginning it is not checking for the conditions in the case of do while loop. Now you see, do while loop is an exit control loop. It is exit controlled. Why? Because the condition is checked at the time of exiting the loop. Whereas while loop is an entry control loop. Why? Because the condition is checked at the time of entering the loop. and when it is better suited to use do while loop. When you know that a set of statements have to be performed at least once. When you have to perform a set of statements at least once, you will prefer to use do while loops. Actually, in Java, you can use whichever loop wherever you want to, whenever you want to, but where they are better suited, that is what has to be seen. Okay, now another situation where do while loops are considered good, they are menu driven programs. So when you have to give a choice of options to the user, there you will be preferring to use do while loop, and let me show you a program with that. So well, here this is the program that I have written, which requires the use of do while loop. These are the three options you are giving to the user: 1 dot add, 2 subtract, 3 exit. Okay, user will enter the choice, and if whatever choice he gives, according to that the operation would be performed. This you have already done using switch case, and this is a very simple program, but deliberately I have used this just in order to make the concept clear to you, right? So now here why we have chosen to use do while loop in this case, because we want that the menu options should be performed at least once. Therefore, we are using this, and now you can see in the main function, I'm not bothered to put their class and import statements that you are very well versed with. So A, B, C are the variables which we are going to use for addition and subtraction. Choice is integer type, and mind you, I have not initialized it. Okay, here these are the display of options which we are giving to the user: 1 dot add backslash n, 2 dot subtract backslash n, so that they come on separate lines, 3 dot exit backslash n. Okay, the user puts in choice. Supposing he puts in 1. So this 1 choice is equal to 1. Yes, this is correct. So in this case, it will be accepting the two numbers, a equal to question mark. You don't have to write question mark, right? It is s1 dot nextInt, b is equal to s1 dot nextInt. So a plus b will be performed, and the result will be displayed. And then because of break, it will come out of the switch case here, but because here this is the do while loop being used, so here it will be caught in this loop because choice is not equal to 3, it is equal to 1. So again it will go to the beginning of the loop, and now it will again display the menu options. And now if the user puts in, say, 2, supposing the user puts in 2, so in this case it will go to case 2, and now two numbers will be accepted, subtraction done, displayed result, and now because of break it comes out of switch case, but again it is caught in the loop because choice is not equal to 3, it is equal to 2. Again it goes to the beginning, and then again the menu options displayed, but this time supposing the user enters 7. So is there anything matching with that? No. So it will come to default. And what is written here? Wrong input. So because of this, now there is no break, but this is the end of the switch case. So it will come out, and here choice is not equal to 3. Yes, it is not equal to 3. It is 7. So again you are in the loop. So you keep on being in the loop till you press 3. So now supposing the user puts in 3, so yes, choice is 3, it comes to case 3, it will display whatever is written here, exiting, and then break. So it will come out of the switch case, and now it comes here, condition check. Is choice not equal to 3?
No, choice is equal to 3. So the condition becomes false, and you come out of the loop and out of the program.
So these are the situations menu-driven programs are best suited for do-while loops. Or the other way around, maybe I should say do-while loops are best suited for menu-driven programs.